going well, but Johnson's away, the gap grows, Christie's after him, Christie will get second, Williams is third, Ben Johnson over the line, but Linford Christie limps off, having got the silver. Look at the time, 10.06 for Ben Johnson. He lets them go first time, and Ben Johnson got a brilliant start. It's Johnson away and clear, and Lewis is not going to catch him. Johnson wins it. Lewis second, Christie third.
Off this time, and there he goes, Stewart going well, Quarry, and also Eddie going strongly, but he's not there. Coming through is the Crawford Halsey, but there comes in, it's Quarry. Quarry comes through to win, and then Crawford and Eddie.
Away this time, George Daniels going to go to one, Quarry going well on the near side, and also Carry, and it's George Daniels and Webby, and it's George Daniels leading. What a finish it's going to be. Quarry comes through, Quarry steals it, and a blanket for second, and Webby looked like second, and could be in the photograph with Carry. They get away first time, which is marvellous. Narracott moves well. Crawford going well. Wells coming back at them. Wells is holding the Olympic champion. Quarry coming forward. Wells kick out. Is it Quarry? Quarry gets his hand up. Wells second, Crawford third, but it must still be in doubt. The Scotsman's run the race of his life.
While Quarry was unbeatable through the 70s, Australia scored double sprint success in the women's event. Another great star in Raylene Boyle.
Wonderfully smooth start. Animal was away beautifully. It also goes well in range of four is Boyle. It's Allen and Boyle together, and Val Pete of England. Allen, Boyle and Pete. And it's Allen, Boyle and Pete. And Boyle is coming through, and Hoffman as well. And Boyle wins. Allen and Hoffman and Pete in the photograph for the places. 11 seconds. And Wendy Brown got a good one, and so did Andrea Lynch. Andrea Lynch and Boyle. It's Boyle and Andrea Lynch, and the English girl is really fighting back. It's the champion against Andrea Lynch. And Raylene Boyle wins. Lynch is second. And Robertson and Adam in a photo finish for third place. And Raylene Boyle has done it again.
All of which means that the possible 100 metres gold for Merlene Ottey tonight would be the first Caribbean gold in the women's sprint. Jamaica gets faster. Another strong favourite tonight for Wales, Colin Jackson, outstanding in the 110 metres hurdles, and maybe that European record could go at last. Scotland, for the 3,000 metres, Yvonne Murray has to hold off the challenge of her teammate Liz McColgan. The Canadian gymnastics medal total should grow overnight. Laurie Strong has already set the standard for the individual apparatus. And Curtis Hibbert won't settle for merely being overall champion. Other medals in diving and weightlifting, and a brace to be bagged in the shooting. Well, if they avoid the shooters, 5 finals in the pool tonight, plus highboard and springboard finals. Highlight for us, I'm sure, will be the men's 200 metres breaststroke. Adrian Morehouse and the favourite Nick Gillingham. Disappointing bronze for him in the 100, but still determined to take gold to follow up his Olympic silver and a European title. And a busy programme in the Mount Smart Stadium as well, with 9 finals, 7 of them track finals, plus the women's discus and the conclusion of the heptathlon. The first of the finals, the 110 metres hurdles, 3:15 our time, when we'll be moving briskly between events on the track and the finals in the pool. So we can anticipate a fair sprinkling of world-class performances in the next 9 hours or so, and I'm sure there'll be more examples as well of the spirit of these games, like the example we had yesterday in the 10,000 metres. William Goss and Peter Biggs from the Falkland Islands, they finished more than 11 minutes behind the race winner Eamon Martin, but proud to be taking part. Another example in the heats of the 200 metres breaststroke tonight. Morehouse and Gillingham would come later, but in Heat 1, look out for Remington Shongwi of Swaziland. He's in lane 3. You can't miss him.
Really have never seen this before. Let's hope he doesn't false start. And there's more interest in this heat than in any other heat we've seen. And a terrific cheer as he gets away without a false start. Nice glide start. and they're cheering him already. Now what they'll do, I can tell you, every time he comes up for breath, he'll get a chant, especially on the last 50. Remington Chongwei. Short stroke. As he gets to the far end where a big group of competitors are assembled, you can hear the cheer increasing. And the announcer now announcing the world record, perhaps a touch inappropriately at this stage of this first heat of the men's 200 breaststroke. World record held by Mike Barriman of the USA, 2:12.89, just 100th of a second quicker than Nick Gillingham at 2:12.9. So this boy couldn't care less. The arms are okay, but the kick's a bit short, Andy. He's supposed to get the feet right up to the seat, and it is a bit short. He's approaching the halfway mark now, and as expected, a big round of applause. 8 judges watching him turn. Coming up the third 50.
Come on, Kiwi, let's give him a hand. This is a hard job.
He looks like he's tiring a little bit there, Hammy. I think his stroke's a little bit off. Crowd giving him so much encouragement, but this is what the Commonwealth Games is all about. You come to a swim meet and it's so intense. The World Championships, the Olympic Games, it's just so intense. The atmosphere is never light-hearted, and right here, the Swaziland swimmer, Swaziland not really known for their breaststroke swimmers, I've got to say that, but still the effort is there, and he will be doing just the same as Adrian Morehouse will be doing. He'll try to do his best time, and 50 meters to go, 2 minutes 19. The best guys will have finished about 10 seconds ago already, but he's still going. Crowd giving him superb cheers. Marvellous to see this.
30 meters from home now, Remington Chongwei. His pool's almost full. There'll be 2,500 spectators here, and look at them clapping to a person, putting their hands together up there for Remington Chongwei. A unique occasion this, in many respects. Remington putting a sprint into the finish now, and everyone in the building clapping him home. Just listen to the roar when he touches that wall. Smashing. It might have been a world record. 3 minutes 10.67. And not the faintest hint of emotion. Remington Chongwei from Swaziland winning the first heat in 3 minutes 10.67.
The opening heat, Remington Chongwei winning the sympathy of the crowd at least. We'll see how Morehouse and Gillingham compare a little later. Dave Moorcroft is with us once again, and Dave, there's always a place for that kind of thing in the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, very much so. Andy Jameson said in the commentary that it is the one games when you can get away with that, and people, it is part of the whole spirit of the thing. Games, great competition at the highest level, but it's nice to see other people taking part, and I'm sure it's a moment he won't forget because he's now undefeated. He's away from the game.
Yes. Well, you can say that anyway. I'm sure we'll have every lane occupied for tonight's big sprint finals. Quick word about those. The 100 metres, first of all, Linford Christie or Ray Stewart?
Yeah, arguably Linford and Ray Stewart have been number 1 and number 2 in the world last year, and in many respects it should be a battle between them, but the two Nigerians, Titangi and Ezinwa, in fact Ezinwa times 2, the brothers, and they've looked wonderful in the heats. They haven't got a great reputation other than the fact that Nigerians always produce good sprinters, and they could really upset the form. But if it came down to experience, and hopefully if the semi-finals go well, then you would expect Ray Stewart and Linford to be fighting out for gold.
And the 110 hurdles, we don't want to tempt fate, but it looks like no one's going to beat Colin Jackson, but records might tumble. Yes,
yesterday in all the sprints there was a slight wind behind, just below the allowable 2 meters per second. And if he gets the right wind tonight and if everything goes well, then he could break his European record of 13 seconds and .11. 1100ths of a second. He's always getting close to that. He's very consistent around that time, and I know that he'd love to get under 13 seconds.
And the 3,000 metres, the women's 3,000 metres, looks possible.
Escape from Laguna Park, Richard asked the reps about day trips.
They've got penguins on ice, they've got a booze cruise, they've got a trip to a volcano, and they've got a medieval adventure with the drifters. Where was that penguin thing again?
You can't go wrong with animals.
Of all the wonderful things in life you can find, they all can be yours with the right frame of mind. Just look and you'll find no run, no lie. There are no secrets to hide. Absolutely raving. But no worries, friend, no worries. Imagine that you're feeling on the big blue sea.
This was designed, I think, for kids.
Perfect. After a great day out, it's back to Laguna Park 2 and the crime problem. What does the Panorama rep have to say?
Is there a problem with security in the hotel? Because a lot of people seem to complain about it.
Have they?
Yeah.
I haven't had no complaints myself, but
Well, there's been no burglars.
not that I know of.
Back for a shower, and the maids have been, so the room will be clean.
Unfortunately, this evening I returned to find the bathroom window open. Now, I can only presume it was the maid who decided to freshen the room. But in a hotel such as this, with a history of burglaries, such well-meaning gestures could have had dire consequences. Now, thankfully, I didn't have any of my stuff stolen. This time.
As night falls, it's not just crime you have to worry about at Laguna Park 2. It's midnight and some of the kids are thirsty.
This actual complex, if you actually looked at it in the brochure, looked a brilliant place for families. But actually when we got here, it's a completely different picture.
Overnight, when we've come out of this apartment or when we've come in, we've seen young boys climbing over the fence, in and out. Don't know who they are, don't know if they belong here or if they're just taking a shortcut. You just don't know, and you just don't feel safe.
You're coming on holiday for a relaxing holiday, and it's how you're on tenterhooks all the time because they're banging on your doors. Husband's okay, he's deaf, so he gets one ear down and he's asleep. I haven't had a night's sleep since we've been here. It's a glorified milking shop. We've actually seen the evidence in the mornings. We go down to the pool, condoms, used condoms, all across the floor. And we have to clean it up. We have to take bags of tissues and carrier bags to pick up the rubbish so that we can actually sit there with our children to sunbathe.
After a night with little sleep, time to move to a higher plane. 3 times the height of Ben Nevis, Mount Tidy was the setting for Planet of the Apes, and Raquel Welch was spotted here in 1 million years BC.
Certainly not the Tenerife I've come to expect. It's spectacular.
Up here, it's easy to leave your troubles behind. Though an active volcano, Mount Tidy is still more peaceful than the eruptions back at Laguna Park 2. Another night in paradise, it's 2 a.m.
We've been here a fortnight now, and the wife, she had one night's good sleep, not one night.
You save all year to come on holiday, and then we've come to this, and it's been sheer hell. The language and the things that they're discussing and shouting to one another, it's just out of order when there's children around. They should have respect.
The best thing